Hello, my name is Steve Preda. I'm a business coach. I'm the author of Pinnacle, 5 Principles That Take Your Business to the Top of the Mountain with Gregory Cleary. And I'd like to tell you about the 5 business growth principles and how they came about and what they represent. So these principles were developed from a model called the Shingo Prize Model, which was developed by Shigeru Shingo, a Japanese industrial engineer who lived in the 20th century, and he was one of the major contributors to the Toyota production system, which is a system for operational excellence and sustainable growth. And this is what we are trying to do in your business when we want to create operational excellence and sustainable growth. So what are these 5 business growth principles that allow you to achieve that over time? So these are people, they all start with a P. People, purpose, performance, we just shorten it to perform, playbooks, and profit. So these are the 5 business growth principles, and the system that I'm going to show you about is called Summit OS, because what it is, it's an operating system that takes your business to the top of the mountain. So it's called Summit OS. So people, there are 3 practices involved with people. And there are 3 practices involved with each of the 5 business growth principles. So the first practice here is core values. So what we want to do is want to identify the core values that help your business become successful, and we want to articulate it, and we want to then inculcate it everywhere in the organization. So everyone is living your core values, because this is how you perpetuate your culture, by establishing and then preaching your core values. The second one is functions. So what we want to do is we want to determine what are the functions that are going to take your business to the next level, and what are the outcomes that we expect each of those functions, and who is the person, the right person in the right seat, as Jim Collins says it. So we want to create function ownership. And thirdly, we want to create a culture of coaching in your organization. We want to make sure that we are growing our people, because our company can only grow to the extent that the people below us grow, because there's only so much we can do in 24 hours as a leadership team. So we want to keep elevating ourselves and keep growing the people below us, so that as an organization we can expand. So that's the people element. Now let's go on to the purpose element. So the purpose is all about figuring out what this organization is about, where it's going, and how it's going to get there, and then create alignment. Because if you have a big, powerful purpose, then people are going to be excited to work for your company, and they're going to be supporting your cause. So there are 3 elements to the purpose function, the purpose principle. There are 3 practices that go into it, and these are vision. So what is your future? Where are we going? Strategy. How are we going to get there? And finally, alignment, making sure everyone is going in the same direction. So that's the 3rd practice. So there are 3 practices, 3 business growth practices under each principle. So that's purpose. So we got the right people in the right seat. We know what our organization is about, our core values. We know what the functions are. We know what the outcomes that we expect. We know the right people in the right seat. Each of those functions is owned by a person who can execute that function. We have created a vision. We figured out our strategy. We are aligning the organization around that vision. And now it's time to perform. And what we need is 3 business growth practices that are going to allow us to perform. And these are rocks, metrics, and meetings. So rocks are all about priority objectives that elevate our business to the next level. So every quarter we get together and we pick a handful of priorities that's going to create more capacity in our business. These are rocks. metrics are a way for us to measure that the most important outcomes are achieved by each of our functions. We talked about the functions. So each of our functions are achieving the most important outcomes. So we create metrics or key performance indicators that are going to help us. If we hit them every week, we're going to get to the result. And the meetings is a way for us to get together, communicate, solve problems, hold each other accountable. That's meetings. And if we practice this, if we set quarterly objectives, we achieve them, we set weekly metrics, we are hitting them, and we are getting together, we solve the problems of the organization, guess what? We're going to perform at a high level. So that is purpose. So we got the people, the purpose, the performance, and it's time to create some playbooks, because if we want to scale this company, we want to create consistency of execution, we want to create improvement over time, we want to grow this organization, then we have to have playbooks. We have to define our playbooks. What are those processes that our organization needs? And then we have to ingrain it. We have to make sure everyone follows those processes. And then we have to optimize them over time. So we have to make sure that we are continually improving all our playbooks so that they are getting more and more efficient and productive. We simplify them, we enrich them sometimes. So that's the playbooks. So we got all the people, the right in the right seat. We are coaching our people, we are growing our organization. We got the purpose, the vision, the strategy, everyone is aligned around it. We got the performance. We're setting quarterly objectives. We are hitting weekly metrics. We are coming together to solve problems. We are then documenting everything. We are defining and ingraining playbooks in our organization and then optimizing them over time. And then the last element is the profit. And we need profit in this organization because that's what gives us the oxygen to grow the organization. So that's the fuel in the tank. And in order to have high profitability, we first need to know what high profitability even is. So we need to benchmark our organization. And then when we know what the elite players in our industry, how profitable they are, then we have to engineer our business so that we can deliver elite level profitability, so we can grow as fast as any of our competitors without outside money coming in, outside capital, because that is going to give away the ownership, right? And then finally, we want to sustain that growth. So it's not enough to create the profitability, we have to sustain it over time so that we can keep growing and growing and growing. And that's the last principle. So if you nail these, if you got the right seat, powered by powerful purpose, performing at a high level, defining all our best practices into playbooks so that we can teach other people to do it and we can improve over time. And we are profitable at a high level in a sustainable way. We're going to take our business to the top of the mountain. So these are the main business growth principles of Summit OS, the Summit operating system. And then we can, of course, drill in deeper into the 15 business growth practices. But this is the basic idea. It's all about operational excellence and sustainable growth. Thank you.